Looks like we got something. Oh, that's a decent fish. Looks like squawfish. Or no, it's actually a whitefish. That's a little surprising. Look at that guy right there. I figured for sure it was a trout or a bass, but hey, that's fish number one. Area I've never been to before. I'll take it. I just figured once I saw the colors that it was probably a squawfish. That could have been bad if I broke off. Probably not going to try this spot for too much longer. Kind of last minute, just decided to go up to Albany, near Albany. So that's where we're at right now, fishing the Willamette. I was expecting to catch some bass, you know, possibly trout. Got that one whitefish just throwing around gold panther martin. So what we're probably going to do, maybe look for one or two other bank fishing spots on this river. This is pretty shallow, so I had to kind of wait out here with my water shoes. We might find one or two more spots, and if those don't really pan out, may not stay long. Just kind of really depends what the spots are like. But probably about 1:30 right now, maybe a little later. So I really don't have much more than maybe 5 hours, 5.5, and then it starts to get dark. But I'll probably take a couple more casts and then we can find somewhere else. Probably end up stopping at these lakes called the Freeway Lakes on the way back. It's really not that deep right here like I thought it would be, which makes fishing a little difficult. This might be my last cast. We're at this one park right now. It's kind of a long park, and I got to the end of it, and it's basically the section that we're at is the confluence of the Calapooya and Willamette rivers. Took like one cast in the Calapooya. I'm not really sure if there's anything in there because it's just a small and shallow river. You see right here, dumps into the Willamette right where I'm standing, and you have that bridge right there, which I'm sure fishing is good below that. It looks like there's maybe a dock or something down there. We're gonna try and keep spot hopping because, you know, like I said, I got a late start. Probably should have started a few hours ago, but this was kind of last minute. Just kind of mostly exploring places. You know, catching fish is just a bonus. That one put up a good fight. We'll see if we can get any more. There we go. Ooh, look at that. He choked that. Choked it. Just a little guy. All right, I gotta get my pliers. That was a bit farther to get to my other bag than I thought. That's what it looks like. Full view. I hooked him really good. Really weird hook set, but should be able to get him out now. There he goes. Well, it's a little stuck. There he goes. Nice. Woo! It's my first bass in months, just running along the shoreline. It was a small one, but apparently there's some big ones in here, so we're gonna keep trying. This is our second spot of the day. It's a pond that I'd never been to before. Again, up in Albany. Probably gonna try and find a way to make this into a video, hopefully, so I'll start talking a little bit more. That's what I was trying not to do. So yeah, we were trying several different baits. Kind of got off to a rough start. I mean, we weren't getting any bites or anything, and then we just got that one right alongside the shore. Just gonna fling this thing out. It's only like a 6-acre pond. Probably won't take us a ton of time to, something's wrong with that pole. I was starting to think maybe fishing was just slow, and then similar cast of this, maybe they're just sitting right along the shore. Nice thing about this pond, it's the first time I've actually got weeds. But yeah, that was probably, believe it or not, as far as largemouth goes, probably my first bass since maybe the end of April, and it's almost October, so yeah, like 5 months maybe. Supposedly there's monster, there's another one. That one's a little bigger. Anyway, what I was saying is apparently there's some monster catfish in here. Yeah, it's really probably about the same size, maybe a little bigger. Only had one hook in him. We're gonna try and catch some more. That's fish number 2 for this area, fish number 3 for the day, in 2 different species. What makes it awesome is that, you know, this isn't prime bass season necessarily, and you know, this was a last minute trip. I didn't even know about this place, like wasn't even sure what really was working. I'm just throwing stuff. You know, so far so good. For whatever reason, they seem to be hitting it close to the shore. Might try, if the crawdad bite dies down a bit, probably gonna try other crankbaits or jigs or soft plastics, but we'll cross that bridge if and when we get there. So far it's working, you keep using it, kind of my philosophy. Anyway, what I was saying is apparently, you know, out of the 6-acre pond, there's a lot of big largemouth in here, and apparently some monster catfish, which is interesting. Supposedly catfish in here that reach up to 15 pounds, which is mind-blowing for this little 6-acre pond. It's you can probably see about half of it right now. I'm not sure what exactly you can see, but we're kind of on the big part right now. We just came from the smaller part down there. It's only 6 acres, and it's got an island in the middle of it, so that takes up a bit of space. This is probably definitely is the most wide open area of the pond. If we can find a couple more, that would be awesome. That was only just within a couple minutes of each other. Piece of metal that's sticking out of the water. There's bound to be some nice fish right there. I believe this is called Adair Pond, and it's right next to an ODFW station. It's interesting. I had to actually walk back a ways because the road was closed off, but once I got here I figured it looked pretty good. Like I said, I know almost next to nothing about this pond. I'm not even sure what the good spots are, you know, if any. Considering it's only 6 acres, it may not make too much of a difference. I would think straight out ahead of me, probably the deepest point, which I believe is about 12 feet, but I think it's only 12 feet in the highest point of the year, and it's definitely at its what I would assume would be close to its lowest. Probably not going to catch any catfish, but it's possible. Over there must be the fishing platform that it was talking about online, which I'm guessing, you know, it looks like to me this pond's a good 6 feet higher at its fullest. I bet you in the spring and the summer this might be a prime location for bass and other warm water fish. What I might do, I'm thinking another hour should be good enough to do what I want to do here, so we'll see if we can get any fish in that amount of time, or any more in that amount of time I should say. But might try soft plastics eventually. Possible there's more fish back over there than right here. All right guys, we made a last minute stop at this third park on the Willamette. Well, second park actually. It's just our third stop today. I was actually getting ready to go check out Burgerville, see what that's all about. But tried fishing this. This looks real nice. I just saw it on the Google Maps and thought I might as well hit it while I'm here. I'm gonna change the rig up a little bit, switch from this craw to probably a big panther martin. We'll see if there's anything in here. Looks like a better spot for trout than bass, but you know, probably bass in here, I wouldn't be surprised. This is what we're working with here, the size 15 panther martin. I actually caught a salmon on it recently. Not sure if you guys have seen that video or not. At this time in the recording, it's actually not even started, but looks like it's pretty deep right here. I would guess a lot deeper than the last park we were at. Looks like it'd be a great boating spot for sure. Really surprised I haven't seen any fish or gotten any hits yet, even though this is only a few casts in, but cast about halfway across the river. hadn't seemed to be helping me too much. Hopefully we can catch a fish here to keep up our catching fish at every spot we've been to so far. We get a trout or something, that would be nice. Be a third species of the day at 3 different locations. It's looking a little dicey so far. Try walking down this way a little ways. May not be too much different. Probably gonna do it for spot number 3. Did not expect this spot to be the biggest bust so far, but guess we'll see you guys at the next location. Could be the final location, we'll see. All right, so I was about to leave and I saw a fish jump. Let's try this again. Not sure if it was a bass or what. We're at the 4th and final location, Freeway Lakes. First lake over there, it's kind of too low to fish. This one looks really weedy. This is the second lake. Basically just looked at the first and realized that it was too low to really bank fish. This one doesn't look like there's very many spots to bank fish, so we'll probably head to the third one fairly quickly. Means we won't be spending probably a whole lot of time here, I would imagine. Move down a little ways. We're still on the second lake. I'm not really sure. Probably still super weedy down here. Not sure if that was a fish or just weeds. Either way, I want to get down to, probably after this spot, we're just going to go over there where that bridge is. Assuming you can walk over there. We actually got one at the Freeway Lakes. Was just about to leave. This one's more yellow than the ones we caught earlier, but yeah, it's fish number 4. Hours later. Puts us to 3 for 4 on spots today. Thought it was a fish at first. Kind of surprised to get it right there. If I make this into a video, it probably won't be super long. Fish was definitely smaller than those other 2 from earlier, not by much. All right, that's probably gonna be the last fish we catch today, and it's probably gonna do it for this one. Probably just be a short little video, or we'll keep the footage for something else that pops up and just make it one big thing. But it was a decent little day. We did almost probably as much driving as we did fishing, it felt like anyway. But you know, 4 fish, 3 different spots, 2 different species. Wasn't exactly what I expected for the day, but I also didn't really expect to go up here today, so it was kind of a nice little venture. But yeah, that's gonna do it. So thanks for watching and all that.
Bye.